Oh, after reviewing the third film, I know I am doing this completely out of the order, but if you've seen my videos, you can kind of tell that's just how I go. What's new? With that being said, let's get into it. This is going to be a review for Terrifier 1 and 2. Let's do this. So for anyone who hasn't watched the Terrifier films, the first one pretty much takes place with Art the Clown, who is a maniac clown sadistic killer that is following two women during Halloween night and killing everyone who gets in his way. And like I said, the first film didn't really have much of a premise besides that, him just stalking two women and killing multiple people as he comes across the screen. It's pretty much that's kind of how the movie goes. It's just kill after kill, hopping in each kill. That's why I said they didn't really have a story. Of course, you know, the main characters in that film was Tara and Dawn. Dawn getting the kind of the most brutal kill in that movie with her getting sawed from the crotch down. Didn't see that coming. And Victoria, which Victoria plays a key role in the next two films as she becomes pretty much the host for the demon, as you realize if you get to the third film, that is what it starts explaining. That is pretty much Terrifier 1 in a nutshell. So our first solo movie that gets us introduced to Art the Clown is Terrifier, the out-of-the-nowhere indie film that has started a slow movement of sick and disturbed individuals. Because of you liking these films, that means you're a Satanist. That's what the internet says. Just saying. But for those people that say that shit, no, you dumb bitches. We're just fucking horror fans and we enjoy slasher films. Guess what? This shit isn't real. It's a story. It's made up. It's make-believe. It is a horror film. Yes, the Terrifier franchise is overly gruesome and gory and is crossing lines. Maybe. And they can go over the top, but that's what they're shooting for, and I applaud them for trying to do that. And yes, the new one, they do kill some kids. Didn't think I'd enjoy the film because I'm not one for that type of shit. But at the same time, one of my favorite horror films and horror books of all time is It. And guess what? So did Pennywise. He killed kids, and guess what? The dude killed only kids. Fucking hypocrites. And I bet most of you guys liked It. So with that being said, yes, Art, I have your back. He's becoming one of my favorite new characters of horror films. So Terrifier 1, after watching it a second time to get prepared for the next one and having my girlfriend watch these films, has been very entertaining. However, she's done actually better than I have when watching these for the first time. Like I said, this is my second time watching 1 and 2. However, my first time watching those by myself, I felt like I got queasy and I felt like I was, at times getting close to throwing up, especially the bedroom scene. She took it like a champ. Didn't expect that. However, Terrifier 1 has grown on me. It definitely has its flaws, but, you know, we have to remember this movie was only made on $250,000, I believe. And the director, after watching a lot of his interviews, I applaud him. He had a vision. He utilized his time to introduce his vision, to introduce people to Art the Clown, see if they were interested, and boy, of course, they got interested. We find out with each new film, these films are just making money. People like this shit. And, you know, it's not just because of Art, what he's doing, it's the story that they're creating. Now, Terrifier 1 is Art's first solo film and was utilized to show who he is and what he is, like I've said. Something I feel that made this film a little bit better is the story and how they bring back to the first one in these last two films that they've created. And understanding, you know, that this film was just to show that he was a serial killer and show the supernatural side effects towards the end. You know, going into this film, understanding why there is a weak plot and that it's pretty much just him going victim to victim. His understanding that they didn't have a lot of money. This was just to provide a look at who Art is, what he does, and to just begin his story to see if people's going to love it. And, you know, that's what the director kind of stated. That's what he wanted to do, and he started his main story in the second film with him and Sienna. But overall, the first film, I give it a solid 6 out of 10, as it's not as bad as a movie, I feel like. The first time I watched it, I felt like I didn't really care for it. It was okay. I watched it kind of back to back with the second film, and that's what got me more hooked, was watching the second film. But it's hard for me to justify watching that first film multiple times just because there's not much to care about it besides art and the kills. That's just my view on the first film, but you know, it's definitely worth watching if you plan on watching all these films. Now, Terrifier 2, now with a better budget and a cult following, this film takes the next step by introducing a final girl in Sienna and her brother Jonathan. Art gets better with his moments of being funny while being silent, in my view, in this film. Of course, that's one of my reasons I enjoy Art. He is a mixture of Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers. And just each movie, he just gets funnier and funnier with some of the shit he just does with his facial expressions and etc. The kills get more creative and gruesome in this film. Don't let me even tell you how traumatized and grossed out I was during that bedroom scene. And if you've seen the film, you comprehend how fucked up it was. And that's where it kind of gets to the point where it felt like they was going for shock value and people started getting scared if they was just going to continue to try to top that. Now, like I said, in the third film, there is another scene that deals with a shower scene and a chainsaw. It is pretty bad, but in my view, the bedroom scene has been the worst kill of this franchise and is very, very terrible. But it is creative and it's gross, but like I said, that is Art the Clown for you. Overall, you know, just starting to add the supernatural aspects, putting all those small pieces into what's making Sienna the great character she is, and putting all that stuff in the art and making him the great, you know, villain of the franchise. This film ends up being my favorite film of the franchise. Also, just this film taking place during the Halloween season again in a Halloween atmosphere just gives the kills a little bit more creativeness, and that's kind of how they did with the third one with the Christmas themed. This one, like I said, just Art using somebody's head as a placeholder for candy and handing it out to kids is creative as shit and just very sadistic and hilarious. Same thing as him holding a dude's head in a Halloween store while the kid is looking in. It just gives, and then like I said, Sienna just gives Art a very formidable foe, and I am very excited to see how this story plays out between the two of them. And Sienna is just honestly a really great final girl. She is probably one of the best, in my opinion, in the last 10 years, if not more, besides maybe a handful, and that's, like I said, saying something. Now, of course, like I've said, this film mixes in what the first one did well, but also added more depth and added some characters you can root for. You root for Sienna and Jonathan. And each film, I feel like, to give a nice character, and they end up killing him. Like the second one was the Halloween store person, and the third one was the Santa Claus. Those moments kind of get you kind of feeling, like I said, horror movies work if you can feel for the characters and want them to kind of survive. And then also with these changes in Damien's passion for his character, it's just slowly started becoming a slasher franchise you can get behind. And it's starting to stand up there with the big boys, in my opinion. I really have no gripes with this second film. I used to, but I think I felt where others were starting to feel, where they was just going for shock value. It was all just about the kills. It was all about just how art can torture human soul as much as possible. But something we have to realize is, you know, the thing to understand with Art the Clown, he's a dark, twisted, sadistic motherfucker. Like, that's his character. Same thing can, you know, just as Freddy is a dark comedic character. Like, he crossed some lines with his movies and the kills being grotesque and disgusting and twisted. The difference is, I just feel like we haven't had a movie that pushed those boundaries in so long. And I tip my hat to Damien because he's doing what he is visioning and what he wants to do. And these movies are finally making you feel something. These are horror films. A lot of horror films nowadays kind of like, just like society, hold back because they're worried about what society's going to think. Terrifier does not give a fucking shit. These three films do not care about what you people out there think about these films in the sense of, oh, he's sadistic, oh, he doesn't care about women, all these things. That's not true. If you really truly believe that, go watch the man's interviews. Damien is a independent director that's slowly becoming bigger, and he chased his dreams, and he's like, from the interviews, he seems like a decent human being. Like, I can't vouch for him because I don't know him, but just from just getting that context from his interviews and seeing like his thoughts and hearing these, you know, things said about him, like, come on, before you guys start saying anything negative about somebody, just go do some research on somebody and shut the fuck up, respectfully. Like, it just kills me. I'm going to give this film an 8 out of 10. The film feels, you know, with the Halloween aspect in that season. The third one, I feel like I can watch this every Halloween season, what I'm trying to get at. The third one is another one I feel like I could put on, but the first one, like I said, I don't think I could go back and watch again. It's not as entertaining as these two, in a sense, with the story, and just, I honestly really care about the Sienna and Jonathan characters. But like I said, the second one's my favorite. Third one, if I go watch it again, it could change, but I don't see it changing just because a few things, like I said in my review, that just got to me. With that being said, if you haven't given these movies a chance, if you love slashers and horror and can handle the gore, give it a chance. It's Halloween season. Push yourself. If you love horror films, they're supposed to make you feel something. Feel it. Enjoy it. If you hate it, don't watch it again. And don't knock anybody that likes it. Like, no one, like, that's something that's just been going around here lately. People like to talk shit to others and put down others for their beliefs and what they like and all that type stuff. It's not your life. Same as if you say it to me, I don't fucking give a shit about your opinion. I care about you guys who support me on this channel and want to hear my opinions, and I want to hear your opinions in that aspect. But if you truly want to be a piece of shit person and be rude and negative, fuck you. That's getting you nowhere in life. But, you know, I'm a therapist. I'm a youth basketball coach. I work with kids. I've worked with kids all my life. Just because I would like these films does not make me a terrible person. It's horror films. It's make-believe. You know, I don't want to see anybody else get hurt in real life, but like when it comes to this stuff, I love effing horror movies. That's just who I am. I don't know why, but they are my favorite, and it's probably due to, you know, pretty much how they make me feel. Like, I want to feel something during these. That's what movies are there for, entertainment and making you feel something, and making you, like, horror films are supposed to make you feel like a little bit anxious, nervous, a scared feeling, gross, you know, that type of stuff. That, you know, it's just something that makes you feel those human emotional emotions. I can't talk. But with that being said, please like this video. If you hated the words I said, you're probably one of those people that are literally behind a keyboard talking shit to everybody. So give the video a thumbs down, and I don't care. Subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Like I said, I'd like to get into the point of getting a little bit more people following so we can do some live Q&A and just, as a community, just bullshit and talk once a week or once every 2 weeks. And then, of course, if you haven't, my review for the third film's on the channel. Give it a look, give it a like. Like I said, I try to keep these videos short, 7 to 15 minutes long. If you can try to watch it all, because I know I don't have the best takes and best opinions. I don't talk the best. But it helps me out. Like I said, I love just talking and doing this stuff, and I'm getting a little bit more used to talking to the camera. It takes a little bit of time. If you guys haven't done this, then you don't know. Give it a shot if you ever want to do this shit. Chase your dreams and see how it goes. But I'm going to get off here. I appreciate you guys checking this out. This is just, like I said, another video for the Halloween first spook the shit out of your people month, Halloween season. Adding to the list, next will be probably the Thing and Abigail. I will be seeing Scream, not Scream, fuck, I wish Scream was coming out. Smile 2 tomorrow night, so be on the lookout for that review. I will be having another review for the first Smile movie. I might actually watch that one tonight just to get ready for tomorrow's film. But like I said, and be on the lookout for the next movie news for this week, as there's been a few things that came out this week that I want to talk about. And if you haven't yet, follow me on TikTok. I do post stuff on there that discusses movie news and gives updates and stuff on when I'm posting these videos. As always, I love you guys. Thank you guys for checking out this channel. Thank you guys for listening to my bullshit. And let everybody, I love all you guys, even the ones that actually do talk shit. I hope you guys find happiness in life. That's all I want everybody to feel. We all got to find a way to find our source of happiness and try to help each other along the way. But you guys have a great Tuesday, or actually today's Wednesday, great Wednesday. I'll see you guys next time.